guys. Wanted to talk a little bit more about modifications for workouts for you. These again are going to be mostly targeted at pregnant women and people coming back from injury where they can't put strain on certain areas of their body. Specifically, we'll look at things like the lower back, or people who can't lay on their stomach or lay on their back, or maybe who don't have the intense mobility to be able to jump up and down, like doing burpees and things like that. So we're gonna take a look at those. If you are just getting into shape and just trying to start learning how to work out, if you're following any sort of program like I am, I'm doing Beachbody, of which I'm a coach for, woohoo! So if you're interested, shoot me an email. But if you're doing any sort of program where you have a video or whatever, they're always going to show you the modifications. So if it's just a matter of you just getting into shape, try those modifications first. They're very targeted to match the exercises going on in the videos. If you can't do them, then come up with your own, follow what I've been doing, and you'll get really used to what you need to do. But that's my biggest piece of advice, is follow what I'm doing if you're in my current state, or if you're coming back from injury, or if you are injured and you just need to be working on certain areas. But if you're just getting into shape, you want to first start with what they're doing in the actual program, and if it doesn't work, switch over to our side. All right, let's get started. All right, so the first one that we're going to look at today is side lunges. A lot of workouts right now will have you doing lunges directly to the side and back up. The thing that I want you to be careful about with this is if you've ever had any groin problems or hip problems, this may not be great for you. It's not good for me. I'm carrying a lot of extra weight up top right now, and it puts a lot of strain on those ligaments and tendons for me. So I like to modify this one. If I'm feeling really strong that day, I will do the side lunges, but without any weights. A lot of times they're called for down at your sides to hold here, but that's just too hard right now for me on my problem areas. The other option that I prefer to do, so you're still targeting your inner thighs and your quads, is more of a modified version. So it's to the front and to the side and then back up. It still gets everything, but it puts more of the pressure on your quad muscle to get you back up rather than tendons and ligaments. So if you want to do that, you can also do one where it's back and to the side, if that's more comfortable for you. And it will still get those areas, but it's just not going to be as tough on those ligaments and joints. Okay, so the next one that I want to talk about are two things, planks and push-ups. There's a lot of times when people are physically strong enough in their arms to be able to do these exercises without having to modify, but another part of their body is causing them to struggle with it. So whether it's your lower back, whatever, that isn't strong enough quite yet, but your arms still are, it's frustrating because then you have to do these exercises on your knees and you don't feel like you're getting as good of a workout in. So I just want to show you a couple alternatives to keeping these workouts or these positions hard while still being able to modify. So the biggest part about it, let me get my weights out of the way, is just like the normal modification. So you're going to be on your knees for it. Make sure you guys can see me. Knees and arms. So if it's a plank, you still want to make sure that you have that straight back. Your butt's not way up in the air. And you're pulling your core in nice and tight, because even though you're pregnant, you can still work your core. And if you're having lower back issues, the stronger the core you have, it'll help your back, it'll help support your back that much more. So you want to just make sure to be in this. If that's not enough of a workout for you, what you can do is just add the push-up to it. So the up and down part. If it's the push-up that you're not feeling like you are getting enough of a workout in with, where it's just the up and downs, you can also add that plank portion to it, so getting down on your elbows, but then inserting the push-up in between. So not just going up and down, but doing the up and down plus the push-up. So it'll look like this. So you'll get a really good workout in still, but you'll still be protecting your lower back or the other areas that are causing you problems. All right, so the fourth and last modification I want to talk to you about today, my God, my stomach looks huge right now, it's crazy. The fourth and last one I want to talk to you about today is abs. So for us pregnant ladies, we can't really do abs. We can't really, we just absolutely can't. But like I said earlier, it doesn't mean you can't focus on your core. You're gonna need those core muscles, first of all, to push the baby out. But second of all, you need them to be strong in order to help them recover when you're done having the baby. Because if they're not strong, it's gonna take so much work to get them back together and get them used to working out again. So it's really important that you still focus on it. So a couple great ones, which we've already demonstrated today, are the planks, the modified Supermans when you're on your hands and knees and reaching opposite leg and arm out. But the other one that you can do is if you grab a light weight, don't get too heavy of a weight. Stand with your legs about hip width or shoulder width apart and just bring it down a little bit. Engage your core before you bring it down. Bring it down and then up. And this is an exercise that's done in a lot of videos, but you can do this one. So go into where you're comfortable. You don't want to go as far down as people who aren't pregnant go, but you can still do this one and it will still target those core muscles that are on the side here, as well as stretch out the other side that you're going down from. So just another option there to actually work on those core muscles. But you have to remember that you still need to work on them. You can't just let them go. It needs to be a target. It just has to be a modified target.